Hey everybody, this is Shawn Powell. I'm going to talk about something I just posted a few minutes ago. I think would make probably a pretty good video. When I initially had posted it, to be honest, I was talking about one thing, and when I was done, I happened to go right below it, and I typed something else that really it kind of I think could probably explain both sides as to why I used this, and give you a good example. A while back, y'all, I was doing a YouTube video and I don't know which one it was, but I remember in that video while I happened to be doing it, the idea sometimes pops in your mind. When you're applying a lot of action and you're getting out to people, sometimes a certain clarity pops up. It's almost like you've learned to take everything that's out of the way and stay focused at what you're doing, and answers almost seem to pop up in your mind. And if you notice right here, I put don't be scared to try things because the ones that experiment the most wins. And I put down action takers. All right. Well, the one that experiments the most wins. What does that mean? It means the ones who try things, at least when I wrote it, the ones that try things, understanding there's a bigger picture. It's not about try it and if it works or not, it's failure. It's about trying different things. Maybe thinking way out the box, maybe things that nobody's ever done. In my opinion, if something pops in your mind, if you're passionate about something and something pops in your mind, a lot of times that's God's way of letting you know maybe you need to try this. But understand, if it doesn't work, it's not failure. You've learned what doesn't work. Now, just because you didn't get it to work doesn't mean that's off the boards. It's gone. But it does mean that if you've got downline who's asking you about this or this, and you say, you know what, I tried that. Me personally, I didn't get the results out of it I was hoping to get. I thought I was going to get, but I understand what you're saying. But if I was you, I would try it your way, try different things and see what works. Y'all, a lot of times you will see somebody who is a beast at doing something that you're not. Okay? And it doesn't matter what you do, it may not ever be for you. You know what I'm saying? But maybe you can learn to change things, maybe make it work for you in a different way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's these little what ifs, and let's try things and see what happens. Okay? So let me go ahead and get in this right here. Um, I'll talk about the bottom part right here. Again, this right here came from a video. I thought I came up with it. I thought that, the one that experiments the most, those were word for word. Okay. A few months later, I don't know, it might have been 6 months, maybe at most. I've never been a Mark Cuban fan, to be honest. But I happened to catch an interview with Mark Cuban, and again, I think things happen for a reason. And and of course he was real successful and went out on his own and really did a lot of things that nobody else was doing. And he did things at an early age. He failed a lot, wound up a lot of failure at the beginning. And um, and there it was. They asked him, or the guy asked him, if there's one thing that you would tell anybody new into business, which he wasn't talking really online business as much as just business in general. He's a billionaire. And his answer was, I would tell them to experiment, try things. The ones that experiment the most wins. I was like, can you believe that? That was word for word. Exactly what I had thought of months before. It might have been 6 months earlier, somewhere like that. So I was like, wow, that's amazing. Um, but the way he explained it was a little bit different. So I thought I'd explain it to you what his meaning of it was. What it meant to him was, when you're young, let's say if you're in college, this is when he started out in college. Of course, he's paying for college and got college and things going on, right? And he's sitting in a dorm room with a bunch of other people, things of that nature. And in his mind, he's got this business mind. He don't know the answers yet. You don't learn the answers and then say, okay, go. You learn the answers while you're out there going. You know what I'm saying? And and what he meant by the ones that experiment the most wins is the fact that when you're young, you don't have anything to lose, right? And on top of that, when you're young, you can experiment and fail if failure in that whatever you tried, and pick yourself back up a lot easier. When you have nothing to lose, then you can really try and experiment because you got your life ahead of you to get squared away. You got your life to straighten out. That's exactly what he said. And he also said, when you're older and you've got a wife and you got kids and you got a mortgage and you got a job that you're tied down to, you don't have that expenditure. You don't have that capability of getting, to try these things anymore because of what it could cost you in your life. So, in a way, that's what he was talking about early on in life. People trying an online business. When you have nothing to lose, there's nothing, there's no reason to fear failing and experiment as much as you can. Now, I grant you, he's talking about age. In my mind, what I came across was the mentality of it. It meant that if you're at the end of a road, if you are stuck in a job and you ain't, there's no way out. There's no way out. I'm stuck here for the next 30 freaking years or however long it is. And you're to the point, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't realize that I was, I didn't have an end in sight. I enjoyed my job, to be honest. I did not enjoy half the week my son not being in my house, or the time he was here, he'd be with some babysitter that leave the peanut butter lid off and put it back in. And I come home and have a cupboard full of ants. Stupid things, right? But the whole thing is, I didn't know that I didn't have an end in sight. And when I got an online business and I realized that there was no cap to what I could do, there's nothing holding me back. And that if I went after this, I mean, just hard as I could go, and I already had something festering inside me. It was starting to build up, and I was going to work, and I won't think and work anymore, y'all. And I know if you've heard any of my other videos, I would take napkins because my mind was on business, and I was trying to figure everything out. My gears were turning in my head, and no, I was working, 60, whatever many hours I was working a week at that time, 14-hour shifts on my long days, back to back to back. I would come home with napkins full of ideas because I didn't want to lose that idea. When I got home, I wanted to try these things and learn from it, see what happened, you know. But I believe when you get to a point that you realize that you don't have an end in sight, that you don't have anything to lose by trying this, by trying different things, by experimenting these things. And if you understand it's never failure in online business unless you quit, then you start to understand the ones that experiment the most wins. Another thing too, y'all. A lot of times, what I consider experimenting could be just game plans that might work. Let's see, rev shares. Let's say if I had sponsored 100 people recently, and my ratio of going active has always been about 1 to every 3 I sponsored, if not even better, the ones that going active. Well, let's say if I did the last 100, and for some reason I got this really low, stupid ratio. Well, what can I do? What can I try? Well, let's try this. Let's send out a message to the last 100 I sponsored that didn't go active and tell them, look, y'all, if you go ahead and go active in the next 48 hours, everything that I make commission wise, every time you get an ad pack, I will personally send it back to you. Okay? I just want to get you some incentive to go ahead and start going active. Bam! There you go. And then you always want to make momentum, right? So when that first person comes in, after I posted on my timeline, and that first one comes in, and I showed that I just made $20 where somebody just went active. To be honest, y'all, of course I want the money. I don't give a damn about the money. Is at that point as much as I want to get these people involved. You see what I'm saying? And if this is the tipping point that made them jump into it, then man, there's an awesome game plan. Now, in my mind, this is a perfect example of what experiment is. In my mind, this thing's going to roll. This thing's going to be awesome. This is going to work. And when I get that first one, I'm going to post it right down below it. And I'm going to congratulate them. And I'm going to say, y'all, here's somebody already. Whoever's ready, go ahead. Next 48 hours. And then I even started getting emails from people saying, man, I'd like to, I just can't do it right now. How about Friday? Hell yeah, of course. The whole objective is the same thing. Yes, I gave them a time frame because I don't want the next month of me giving away every commission I got. The objective of this was to get my people who weren't active going active. I wanted my ratios to go up. And when you want something, you start thinking out the box. What can I do? Then you get the answer, and then you try it. As much as I said that was perfect, it should work. If it didn't, a damn Skippy ain't gonna quit online business. It would be stupid. You see what I'm saying? That to me is what experimenting is. The one experiments the most wins. I could have just laid back, didn't say anything, and I wouldn't have got those next 6 people who went active, as opposed to if I just didn't say anything. What do I consider it? I consider that a win. Then what did I do? I started tweaking it. So I would get, let's say, 80, 100 people sponsored. Then I would stop what I'm doing and spend time to try to pick up those loose pieces, the ones that didn't go active. So I wanted to hear from the ones that say, I want to hear them say, I can't get it right now, but next week or Wednesday or Friday, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Will you do it then? Yes, of course I will. And hold your, never promise anything that you don't do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that, y'all. Just you're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're capable of doing exactly what, whatever you're offering. But then what I would do is after I was done with that, then I wouldn't worry about it no more. And if one of those sent me anything saying they want to do that, yes, go ahead and do it. And I'd have one guy, he would do one, and then I told him, and I sent him a message. That's awesome, dude. Look, I tell you what, I'm gonna give you 24 hours. See if you're gonna get any more. And when that 24 hours is over, I'll calculate how many ad packs you got total, and then I'll just send you a sum at one time, if that's all right. As opposed to me just sending $5, here and there. And he wound up getting, I think it was, he wound up being about 200 and maybe $250. He wound up getting it one time. So I gave him $25 back because that's what he's supposed to have got. And now I'm going to get paid, and I've got somebody else, and I've built momentum, and I've got a great game plan. Where did that come from? Experiment. You understand what I'm saying? That to me is what experimenting is. If it makes sense in your mind, God probably put it there for a reason. It's worth trying. Trying. It doesn't mean it's going to work. It means I'm trying. See what I'm saying? Now, when someone in the future, one of my downline, goes and sponsors 50 people and not one active person, give them that. I tell them, look, y'all, don't do it right from day one now. I mean, you can, but I would see how many are going to come in on their own with just you reaching out to people. And then you go back and email just those ones, that last 50. And then tell them, look, y'all, if y'all like to go active, I'll give you 24 hours or 48 hours to go ahead and go active. And everything, I make commission wise, I'm going to turn it right back over to you. Okay? I just want you to go ahead and get started. I don't want you to be sitting on the fence anymore. This is going to help you out. See what I'm saying? And if they do that, if that works for me, and I'm giving them that same game plan, it should work for them. Doesn't mean it will, but it should. And that's what you do. That's what leaders do, y'all. They apply action. They get answers. They know damn well they're not going to quit. I don't give a damn what happens, what I try, what I think should work, what does and doesn't work is two different things. Craigslist. I thought I was going to get freaking rich off of it. See, these arcade games, they came from Craigslist. When I came in online business, I knew Craigslist. I was excited about business because I was excited about Craigslist with business and me putting something together because I was already excited about it. That's what online business was going to be for me. I didn't give a damn about Facebook. My idea of Facebook was me and my little boy going to Myrtle Beach, me taking pictures of him being 2 years old and uploading them to Facebook, not to even share, but as a backup system for my pictures of my little boy. That's what a 40-year-old man's mentality was, or at least me, working 60 some hours in a week. I didn't have time to sit here and play on Facebook. 6 months later, I was free from a job. Guess what it came from? Facebook. Do you understand? If I don't experiment, if I don't try things, if I don't see the bigger picture, if I'm not really into what I'm doing, and damn y'all, some of y'all are excited about something and you got paralysis. You're like, I can't stand here. I'm just gonna stay in one spot. I can't even talk anymore. I could talk before I even signed up, but now that I signed up, I got to stand like here like I'm a freaking statue and not do a damn thing. The number one failure, the reason for failure in online business is not people that don't sign up. It's people that sign up and do nothing. It's terrible, y'all. That's the worst thing you can ever do. Sign up, be excited about something, show people, let go. Don't script nothing. If you love something, if you've got to script something before you even say it word for word, there's a problem. You don't really love what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? Find something you believe in and just let go. Maybe you don't know that you're stuck in a job right now. You know what I'm saying? But if you realize that you've got something with no limitations at top, and all I got to do is find something I believe in, open my mouth, and tell people what I think of that, it's going to resonate. People are going to sense it, they're going to feel it, and they're going to know it's real. And that's what people are missing. And the sad part is they're not missing it, they're just not showing it. And there's a big difference. All right. So that's the first part right here. Right now, I'm gonna move a little quicker on this. I don't want to make. I've been making long ass videos lately. Though that's great, they've been long, and I don't want to drag people out. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a little bit quicker here. All right. Okay, I'm gonna read some of this real quick. Just so you know, Facebook has a tendency to fall under changes and fads, and when it comes to group posting, like auto posters were huge a while back. Well, the change that changed a lot with Facebook changes. I know there are people that still have them. Of course, there's people still have them, but the masses of them at that time are gone. Back in the heyday, y'all, people used to love Facebook auto posters. I've seen big leaders who would do reviews on their auto posters they were using. Of course, they were pushing their teams. This is. I came into the tail end of the auto posters, and the reason it changed was because of Facebook changes. So what I'm going to be referring to is the tendency that of changes and fads and the reactions it can cause in the Facebook world. So understand that's really what my post is about. Okay. So at that time, a lot of people were using. So there was a lot of messages coming inside these work at home, work from home opportunities, all the open world cold lead Facebook groups I call, right? So I fell into it just like everybody else. And we're talking slew of just message after message coming up real quick. People weren't leaving them. They were auto posters. A lot of these people weren't even home. They were at work. And I felt like that was going to be the answer for me, working 65 hours a week. There's no way in hell. I was on a leaderboard. I wanted to stay up there. So I would set my auto posters and I'm like, I was at work. It's like ding, ding, ding. It's like, wow, this is awesome. I was getting emails left and right. But I was spamming the hell out of the world in the Facebook world, just like a lot of people were. Now you got to understand something, y'all. Facebook was not made so that you could get rich for free. Facebook is about advertising. It's about knowing that what you're interested in and setting commercials there. And you can call it whatever you want to call it, but anytime there's millions and millions of dollars being put in something, it's usually a bigger thing going on than you realize in the background. And those advertisements and things of that nature, where people can can pay for advertisements and see that you're into whatever you're into in the Facebook world, and of course they're going to post it right here, right? Go have them ads, and everybody's seen them ads. It's a way for them to acknowledge the right kind of people. And Google does further than that. They look at your searches, things. And I know y'all have been somewhere where you looked up a brand new set of tires, and then for the next week, it's like, damn, why am I keep getting these advertisements? I didn't search there. And there's Facebook sitting here with an advertisement for those tires that you look for, or whatever. So there's a bigger plan for Facebook. If Facebook allowed you to get into Facebook groups with no limitations whatsoever. You would have so many auto posters set up, and there would be nothing but fake ad after ad after ad. When I say fake, there's not even going to be real eyes looking at the business. All you're going to see is post after post after post after post. So, what happened? Facebook changed. Facebook took out the possibilities for you to use the auto posters. And at the beginning, y'all, I just quit my job, a 26-year profession. Shortly after this auto poster stopped, right? I was like, oh my God, I have screwed up. That was the first thought popped in my mind. And I know a lot of people, y'all, they were used to getting, good lead numbers with Facebook. And I was like, man, I have messed up now. But you know what I did? And instead of whining and complaining, I sat down. I remember that day. I laid down on the couch and I posted in Facebook with my phone, and I got over 40 leads. This was right after the auto posters. I mean, they cracked down on them hard, hard. You know what I noticed? The number of posts in the groups slowed down tremendously. The number of real eyes in the group went up severely because you didn't have so much that cluttered crap and you didn't have so much competition. Now, I know I'm getting seen. I know I'm getting seen. So what do I need to do? I need to learn to stand out. And that's what I worked on. I worked on making content that meant something to me, that meant something to them, and that's when everything started falling into place. If could I have kept going with rev shares, I'm sorry, with auto posters? Yeah, I would do probably as good as anybody. But y'all, there's a big damn difference between looking like a bad commercial on TV. Because getting seen in the Facebook world, you're going to get seen, y'all, especially now, okay? You're going to get seen. But there's a big difference between a bad commercial after a bad commercial after bad commercial, and then finding something that stands out and learning to manage it is exactly what people mostly don't do. Anybody who says they've done Facebook for a week and it didn't work, guess what? It's not made for you. It takes time. It took me 2 weeks, me hitting my head on the wall, trying to figure out. And you know what? When I finally got pissed off with it and let go, when I started putting content, because I was like, y'all, damn y'all. It's almost the mentality I had. Damn y'all, I know you're seeing me. Look, I've got something that means something. It means something to me. And I'm already seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm telling y'all, man, there's nothing more important to me than being home with my little boy. I'm tired of giving up my half weeks. When I let go and started writing stuff that meant something, it changed everything. And some of y'all, you're never going to experiment enough to try to figure that out. You're not going to try enough different things to get the answers. Because you said, oh, I've posted for a week. I'm getting no results. Well, it's not my fault. It's obviously the Facebook world. That is the dumbest damn thing anybody could ever say. If you build a shitty commercial and put it on TV and you don't get nothing, don't blame the TV world. Duh. See what I'm saying? Okay, I'm going to do these two real quick. All right, y'all, here's another thing. People were having slowdown times. Rev shares, y'all. Rev shares hit the Facebook world like it was a freaking hurricane. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that. If you came in early, right when the rev shares were coming off, and nobody knew what a rev share was, and here you were showing these income of $40,000 and $60,000, nobody knew what the hell they were looking at. Oh man, they were like bing, 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 bing. They were jumping in like crazy, right? I got in a little later. People already done rev shares. That was a couple rev shares. Over 1 million people in it already, right? But I was already to the point of I was getting like 12 signups in a day, just off of cold leads in Facebook. These people, it was right for picking. You know what I'm saying? Now, as great as that is, what happens if you got something that's taking over the market? There's going to be more and more and more and more and more. Next thing you know, you're going to have 20 different type of rev shares, and some of them's been around for a long time. I grant you that some's been around long, but this new excitement, this new wave that hit the world in the Facebook world, Well, this is what happened. People were posting. I will show you an image of this traffic hurricane, right? People were posting that, here I sponsored 210 people, got 94 active members out of 210. I had 150 over here when I had 91. So I had 3 go active. I haven't I haven't promoted this at all since May, June, since the changes. I think the business needs tremendous changes. I think the CEO needs to have a come to God session and figure out what the hell is not working. But that's all I'm gonna say. But if I was taking a screenshot of this right here, right, and I'd only been in for a month a month and a half, and I show affiliate commissions of $14,000, that's great, y'all. All this looks really good, right? But here's the problem: people knew what a rev share looked like. Now they may not know which one it is, but they sure as hell know that a rev share looks like what I just showed you. So, the ones who kept showing image after image after image of rev shares, your ass better have about 6 digits sitting there or you're not going to impress anybody because that's all they're looking at every day. So, what did I start doing? You know, if I was having money come to PayPal, or if I had money come into Payza, or to my bank, what would I do? That's universal income. It's all going to reach in these areas. That's my pay sources. That's where they're coming in. So, what did I do? I started dressing up pay sources, showing me getting paid every day for 30 days, $300 a day. Bam, 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 bam. That equals what I just showed you, but damn, this is working. This is clicking people off left and right. It's that consistency every day. It's like that. And I know y'all. Some of y'all gonna say I've never made anything like it. I understand it, y'all. It takes time. It takes building. It takes busting your ass. It takes figuring things out. It takes trying things and learning from it. It also takes building momentum. You understand what I'm saying? But whenever you build momentum, then keep going and make more momentum and just keep going out there. And that's how that works. But it took me learning to quit looking like a rev share to bring people in. I wanted people to connect with me. I wanted the people to see, and if it was already a rev share, most of the time they might already been in it, might not already been in it, but then I could show them, y'all, here's the answer. This is what's working for me. If somebody's in the business and they sure as hell ain't making the money I'm making, they probably want to listen to what I got to say. Power lead systems is the answer. And I would let people know every video that Power Lead Systems is the answer. So what happened? If they got my rev share, great. If they didn't, great. They still followed me. They were helping me. I was branding myself. I was like the poster child for that rev share. As far as in their eyes, I was for someone new. I was getting things done. I was learning. I was teaching. I was applying a lot of action. I wasn't never going to quit, and they wanted what I was giving. So what do? They get my Power Lead Systems business. There you go. Leveraging one business against the other. A crap load of people kept coming in. So if I would have kept posting just the image, just this, and it looks just like everybody else's damn rev share, then am I going to impress people? Probably not. But what am I going to do? If I can think out the box, try something a little different. So people who are limited in yourself, sometimes you got to ask yourself, is it really the market, which it can be sometimes, or is it me? Am I doing something stupid? Should I be trying something different? Should I be experimenting something a little different? And I damn skip ain't gonna put all my eggs in one thing and say I quit if this one thing I try don't work. It's stupid to think like that. Now, here again, I think right now there's a lot of people that are Bitcoin crazy. Okay, I'm not even doing a Bitcoin multiplier, and I don't even care to get in that conversation. And nobody send me anything because I already know what everything is. Okay, I've got a pretty good intellect on how everything is. I have nothing against Bitcoin. Stack the hell out of Bitcoin. You're going to get paid. Okay, so that's my viewpoint. Bitcoin is going to be a win for you. Period. Okay, just be careful with what you're in with the Bitcoin multipliers. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, especially where you're located as well. Now, but because Bitcoin's gone so crazy and it's everywhere, y'all. If it slows down the market, you got to ask yourself, how can I use it to my benefit? What do I need to do to change? Maybe mine, what I'm doing looks like everybody else's. There's so many damn different Bitcoin things out there, and they all got that Bitcoin image. My first recommendation: don't show that damn Bitcoin. Don't show it. You need to stand out. If they're all doing the same damn commercial, you got to do something different. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Sometimes, and look, let's see, Bitcoin had a huge drop. They got below $3,000 the other day, right? Everybody knew that that was going to be quick. So what did they do? They jumped all over it. People who were all over Bitcoin went and bought as much as they can. I got one downline. She bought 4 Bitcoin, 4 full Bitcoin, and while it was low, while it was cheap, right? Great, y'all. That's what you should be doing. If you're Bitcoin crazy, then that's as crazy you can get is at that moment. But just understand, y'all, that a lot of these people now have spent money. You've really got to think about what's going on in the market. Be smart about your Facebook and what's happening in the Facebook world. Because if you're not doing that, then you're going to wind up falling victim of, I'm one of these people who just can't get results. And I don't know why. When in all honesty, you should know why if you're just paying attention to the fads and the changes that take place. Is Facebook working? Is it worth it? Sorry. Is Facebook worth it? Of course it is, y'all. 1 billion people in any organization is a win. It's a win. It's even a bigger win when you quit trying to script things, quit trying to be someone else, find something you believe in, and be you and just explain to people what that business means to you, what it would mean to you, what freedom would mean to you, what the bigger picture is. Show them the bullet points. Why did you get into business? What makes the business great? And just let it go. Because if you're failing, more than likely, you're not doing that. People join people. You take the person out, you're going to struggle. Okay? So this is what I wanted to talk about. The ones that experiment the most wins. That's a couple of different viewpoints of it. One from Facebook viewpoint, one from my viewpoint, and one from Mark Cuban. And I think all three of them is amazing that it all kind of fits into the exact same narrative. You know. So y'all, if you haven't signed up for Power Lead Systems yet, go ahead and click down below, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what the page looks like. This is me. I personally explain the business for you. Um, I do a pretty good job. I think I've got some really good ratios from signups to going active for sure. I have a lot of proof of income down here, and not just me. It's always real important, I think, that you show everybody getting paid. Different people from brand new to people making $4,000, $7,000 a week, six-figure incomes. Here's the testimonies right here. As a matter of fact, if this looks a little bit different for you now, I try different things and see what works, and I go from there. But y'all, I can already tell you, go all in your business, go big in your business. We got something that's called Diamond, we got something that's called Platinum, and recently we got this live event that I just paid for. Let me show you here. Yep, there it goes. When it's green, y'all, that's what you want. It's green there for a reason, because when you go all in, that's where the money's going to be at, y'all. And if you want to know what the difference is, I'll show you real quick. If you're just getting gold members, people are coming in and are just using their tools, and that's it. $155 weeks, maybe that sounds good to y'all. $191 weeks. There's a big difference between 360, 155, and 191, and at 1272. And then that $4,000 week and these $2,000 weeks. Y'all, even when I wasn't promoting Power Lead Systems, I was promoting other things, and I was using Power Lead Systems to build my sales funnels, right? That's how I branded myself. I mean, that's so people get a chance to connect directly with me before they came in, right? It's branding yourself, showing people what you personally think. It's always going to be a win. That's what I was doing with every business. That's how that's how I got free from a job, to be honest. So if that's what I'm doing, then you need to be doing the exact same thing. You understand what I'm saying? At least be building your own pages so you can stand out head and shoulders above anybody else. That's really what it's for. But y'all, I will tell you, there's a big damn difference between what I just showed you and those big incomes. And while I wasn't even promoting it, here I was still making, I got 27 diamonds in 30 days just because I was telling people the answer to my businesses is Power Lead Systems. And I wasn't even promoting Power Lead Systems. And I was making $2,000 to $4,000 a month with something that I wasn't even promoting as my primary. Can you imagine 2 to 4 thousand a month? In my house last year, I paid it off last August. Listen to this. I only owe 27,000 on my house. You know how long that would have took me with working in the restaurant business? And if I'm doing 2 to 4 thousand and I'm putting that against that on the side, I'd be gone in no time, y'all. I'm telling you, even the small income can be life changing. In Power Lead Systems, y'all, if you're using it directly, indirectly, I don't care. Just use your damn tools, teach people the importance, the big pictures, they're going to benefit. Okay? So if you're not in Power Lead Systems, you need to be in it. Period. Period. Okay? So go ahead and sign up down below. Friend me on Facebook. You need to get in this Facebook group right here. It says it's actually Connect with Me, but it's for Action Taker Success Group. I'm going to personally welcome you to the Facebook groups. I'll get you into the official Power Lead Systems group as well. Go all in, y'all, because you don't really want to be giving your money away. If you don't know what Power Lead Systems is, watch this entire video. I explain it thoroughly on how we get paid here. And I show you my own proof of income as well. And if you need anything, y'all, just let me know. I'd be tickled to help you out. Appreciate it.